Hey guys, it's Josh. Welcome to the Landlord Harassment Channel, rental rights on TikTok. And before I get back to my social media break, I need to tell you all that I've come to a very, very difficult decision. Um, so I revealed the other day that I know that Brooke Farmer made misleading statements about me and our whole eviction situation on the stand. And I revealed that I know that this is a felony and this is something that she can be charged with. Well, the truth is, guys, I didn't just find this out the other day. I've known this all along. But I've been holding back on that. It's just something I wouldn't have even considered in the past, and I'll get to why in a minute. But before I do, I guess I'll come right out with my decision, and here is my decision. If Haverkamp Properties does not fire Brooke Farmer soon, and I don't even know what soon means. I don't even have an exact date on this, but if they don't fire Brooke Farmer soon, then I am going to be pressing charges against Brooke Farmer and against Haverkamp Properties as a whole for knowingly making misleading statements about me on the witness stand. Now, some of you might say, why is that a difficult decision? Anybody would do that. I'd do that in a heartbeat. You've got it, because you've got it. Just take your file of the court hearing down to the DA's office and show them and get charges pressed. It's not that simple for me. Doing something like this goes against the core of who I am. It violates every internal principle that I have taught myself since I was a boy, really. I am a street kid at heart. Even though I haven't been in any trouble for over 25 years, I'm a street kid at heart. I take the no snitching policy seriously to this day. And I believe in it. I have never written a statement against anybody, regardless of any crimes that I've been a part of, that I've seen, that I've witnessed. I've been stabbed, didn't tell. I've caught extra jail time for not telling on people. I have never pressed charges against anybody in my life, and I've never even considered it. And I mean, I've been beaten up pretty badly, all kinds of stuff. I have never filled out an incriminating statement against anybody. Nor have I ever even considered such a matter. Nor have I ever even considered such a thing. I just fundamentally don't believe in using the police to fight your battles for you. And it goes just beyond the fact that I used to be like a street person, and I have carried those street values over to my current life. I still live by street values, even though I don't get in trouble, because I believe street values are good values. I believe those values have kept me out of a lot of trouble, have kept me from building too much bad karma, have kept me alive, have given me a reason to take pride in myself when I look in the mirror. But even beyond the street values, another reason that I don't use the police and district attorneys and whoever else to solve my problems for me or fight my battles for me is because I believe in being an individualist. I believe generally in picking up these if you're going to do something and fighting your own battles. I believe that using the system to fight your battles for you, especially when it comes to like criminal prosecutions and stuff, is the coward's way out. And I've always believed that, and I still believe that. I believe in just the whole Constitution. I mean, just from an internal mindset, I believe there's a reason that our forefathers didn't set up a huge justice system with police departments everywhere and everything, because they didn't want us to have us fight the system to get so big that we're dependent on them to fight our battles for us. But nowadays, You can't even get into a fist fight anymore without being thrown in jail. You get to sit in jail with child molesters because you gave someone a black eye. That's because we allow police forces to develop, and they slowly but surely have taken on more and more power. And as they've taken on more power, they've taken more power away from the individual. But that's a story for another day. The point is that I just fundamentally don't believe in pressing charges against people. But I've talked to some of my old homeboys back in Milwaukee, and I've talked to some other people, and they've assured me that pressing charges against a landlord is not snitching. They've assured me it's almost just like pressing charges against a cop. Like if a cop had beat you up or done something wrong to you, you have no other choice but to use the system to fight them because they are the system. It's the same way with big landlords and big corporations. The only way you can fight them is by using the system. So it took a lot of convincing for them to convince me of this, but I'm now convinced that pressing charges against Brooke Farmer and Haverkamp Properties is not officially snitching. But I'll be damned if I still don't feel like a snitch, because this still just tugs at every part of me. Even just thinking about doing something like this tugs at me every part of me the wrong way. But the fact is that something's got to be done. Brooke Farmer, the harassment you put me through that last year at Haverkamp Properties is a civil matter. However, you knowingly making false and misleading statements about me, which you knowingly did on the stand, is a criminal matter, and it is a felony. I have about 1,000 copies of the court hearing, so I have about 1,000 copies of you in your own voice committing said felonies. Now, I told you weren't going to get away with what you did to me, and I meant it. But Haverkamp Properties, I'm telling you guys, if you don't get rid of Brooke Farmer soon, if you don't fire her, get her out of your company soon, there's going to be a point where I press charges. And by the way, not only will I press charges, but I am willing to testify, and I will testify when that court date comes. And not only am I willing to testify, but I'm willing to take about 1,000 polygraph tests on my way to court, because I want there to be no doubt whatsoever that I'm telling the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and that I'm not using an ounce of deception. You guys are using deception. I've never once said anything remotely deceptive, either in the courtroom or in my videos. And I can back that up. That's why I just told you I'm willing to take about 1,000 polygraph tests on my way to court. I'm going to go back to taking my social media break. I'll get back on the horn in September or whatever. I'll make a couple videos between now and then. But I won't get back to making serious videos until September. Daily ones anyway. But I'm still holding out against pressing charges just because I'm so frickin' morally conflicted about doing such a thing. I just don't do that. It's not me. But I've come to the conclusion that if you guys don't do something about Brooke Farmer soon, I will file charges, not just against Brooke Farmer, but against your whole company as a group. And I will make sure your company is thoroughly investigated for all its activities. The ways you dime and nickel people on security deposits, the reason that you filed for 200 evictions since the early 2000s, all that stuff. There's got to be some kind of justice in this case. I can't let you guys get away with what you did to me. It was wrong, it was illegal, and it's just like a travesty of justice all around. Which is why the judge had to break 5 Iowa laws to even allow you to present your case. But I've talked about that in other videos. Right now, I'm going to get back to my social media break. And all I have to say to Haverkamp Properties now, Brent Haverkamp, Todd Westenberg, it's your move. Because I have proof that Brooke committed a felony against me. Do what you want.